a very warm welcome to all the viewers who are joining us on Zoom and on live on Facebook today. This is your host, Malshri, co-founder of Ignited Minds Innoventures. This is a STEM education organization based in Delhi. We have been customizing and designing hands-on activity kits for students from grade 1 to grade 8, and we have a team of designers, scientists, IITians working with us, and who are really passionate about science and STEM. And we encourage conceptual and experiential learning in students. We have been there in this field for past 10 years. And besides this, we have been hosting a lot of webinars post-COVID, reinventing learning, Samvad, and the Deca Quest, in which we have been inviting topmost education leaders, stalwarts in the field of education, and throughout we have been deliberating on NEP 2020 and National Curriculum Framework. And in this Deca Quest episode today, we have with us a very special guest, the personality who has shaped it all. And with her brilliant team, Miss Anita Karwal, ma'am. Ma'am, please, I would love to have you on screen right now. Thank you so much for being there and sparing your really, time. It's like a magical thing to have you here today. Really honored to have you, ma'am, on this platform.
I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure, and after so much to do, you could take out time for us today. So Miss Anita Karwal, of course, she will need no introduction to the educationists who will be watching her. But to give her a formal introduction, I would like to introduce Miss Anita Karwal. She joined Indian Administrative Services in 1988 in Gujarat cadre, and she has been in the field of education for more than 36 years now. More recently, she has been she was serving as education secretary in the Ministry of Education, and also served as CBSE chairperson. During her tenure, she has brought in major changes in our educational landscape, starting from being instrumental in, preparation of NEP 2020 and National Curriculum Framework, aligning things, and during her tenure as CBSE chairperson, she has actually introduced experiential learning, changes in pedagogical, fields like bringing in lot of platforms like Diksha, which was an e-learning platform for students and teachers. Besides this, she has also been instrumental in Nipun Bharat, which is foundational literacy and numeracy. Uh, Ma'am, इसके अलावा there are so many things that we are going to be knowing about you in this platform. She has been an author, an amazing author, co-authored several books. We'll be discussing that and different aspects of personality, learning about her leadership qualities, time management, and a lot of questions had come up during when we posted this on social media from parents, from educators, and from education leaders, and we're going to be squeezing them up into our format of 10 questions and asking you. Okay, so ma'am, it's really a pleasure having you here. But first and foremost, we would love to hear about your journey from school to graduation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be that part. And cracking IAS and as a gold medalist throughout, a university topper. So we would love to. Was being IAS your dream from childhood, or did it evolve?
Not at all.
No?
It wasn't my dream at all. I was going from school to school because my father had a transferable job. He was in the Indian Revenue Service in the government of India and kept going from city to city, changing schools. And when you do that, somehow your career aspirations become all confused, and you don't have anything solid in hand when you reach college. So when I went to college, I first joined chemistry honors, did not like my college. So I shifted to a college which I liked better in Delhi University, did zoology honors. फिर zoology honors करके लगा कि मे बी आई शुड लुक एट आर्ट्स, बहुत साइंस हो गई, सो आई डिड एम ए पॉल साइंस।
Hmm.
और वो करके लगा कि इसमें कुछ थोड़ा इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस आना चाहिए था, सो आई डिड एम फिल अफ्रीकन स्टडीज।
Hmm.
सो आई केप्ट मियांडरिंग एक्चुअली।
Yeah. Yeah.
While I was in MPhil, I had just turned 21 at that time, and so some of my classmates were taking the civil service exams.
Oh.
So they told me कि आप क्यों नहीं लेते हो? I said I have no idea. So
Hmm.
they sat down with me, got my form filled, and that's how they started studying. I would sit with them. I had no idea how to study for
Oh
the
my
exam.
God. Oh gosh. Look at this.
So yeah, and then the first time I took the exams, I made it to the IRS, my father's service, and
Hmm.
he was over the moon. He was very excited, and I was
Obviously.
also very happy.
That's great.
And I joined the service
Hmm.
in the 1986 batch.
Oh.
And then when I went to Missouri for the foundation course, I met my husband there.
Hmm.
He was in the same service, and we decided to get married. And meanwhile, he convinced me that we need to have higher aspirations. He
Wow.
wanted the IPS, and he said you should get into the IS. That's when I took the exam again.
Oh gosh.
And 88 batch, he got the IPS, I got the IS.
So it's like a total
Yes.
story, you know. My God, look at this.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But you had been a topper throughout. This was like,
Yes. In
yeah.
college, not in school. In
Okay.
school, I was a very shy, reclusive person, and not having, got a very engaging education.
Hmm.
Um, I literally felt isolated in school.
Hmm.
And I wasn't doing very well in school. In 10th board, 10 plus 2, I got 66%.
Hmm.
I was the first batch of 10 plus 2.
Oh,
And at उस ज़माने में 66 was considered pretty good, though
good.
not
Yeah.
best.
Ah.
Yeah. And my parents were very happy with it. They never used to put pressure.
Hmm.
And in 12th board, I think I had 76%, something
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
Um, I did get admission in Delhi University very easily, but the fact is that as long as I was in school, I did not feel that I got the best of education. It
Hmm.
was only in college when I got exposed to these fantastic lecturers
Hmm.
who just opened my perspective and my vision. When they started connecting things, it was
Hmm.
a very multidisciplinary approach, even
True.
at that time.
True.
And that's when I realized the vastness of knowledge I had not realized before that.
Amazing. So it's like if you get a good mentor during your best years of education, it's always good, you know.
Oh,
So
yes.
and schooling, I mean, this is another inspirational thing that it's okay if you're not so good in academics in school. I mean, eventually you do realize your path and you do follow that, right?
Yeah, yeah. And in school, one thing was good that the teachers did encourage me to discover my potential in other areas. Like I realized I was a very creative person. I wouldn't have realized had my teachers not, you know, pushed me into it. So getting
Creative
into
as in writing or
as
painting.
in writing, art, and I used to do the wall journal, and
Oh,
got into debating and other stuff. So yeah, I think that is where I used to find a lot of joy in school,
joy, yes.
more than in academics.
Studying, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you did like, I mean, there was a debater always hiding inside and a creative
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that was awesome, ma'am. Beautiful. So, ma'am, now I'll just come to the actual questions. So, uh, some parents have been really, kind of inquiring about the rationale behind the pedagogical structure that we have now in NEP 2020, like it's 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So, how is it actually going to help, students or maybe the, education system?
Okay, so Alshri, it is very interesting that you've asked this question right in the beginning, because this is the basis of the entire paradigm shift that we are trying to implement now with NEP and NCF. So the whole idea behind this is that a child passes through various developmental stages before the child reaches the age of 18 years old. And if you look, and it's done in a very scientific manner.
Mm.
It's based on neurosciences. Sciences. So the
Mhm.
child actually passes through four phases, which you can separate
Yeah.
slightly from the other. So
Mm.
when the child is between the age group of, let us say, 0 to 8, the child is still struggling to find her independence, but at the same time is dependent on the
Mm.
parents or on some adult.
Mm.
By the time the child becomes 5 to 6 years old, they start looking at peer group. They love to play, and
Same.
play is something constantly on their mind. Everything can be made a game of.
Mm.
Therefore, this phase is called the foundational phase, and which is based on play based pedagogy. And
Right.
play is to be the central part of the pedagogy at this stage. Even
Amazing.
there is no examination, there is no assessment in this stage. Assessment is just observation based. Observe if the child is working with the group, not working with the group. Is the child able to share, not able to share? Is the child independent enough to go to the toilet, tie their shoelaces, do their buttons, etc.?
Mm.
So, similarly, when the child comes to the preparatory stage, that is a time when the peer group gets a little more established.
Mm.
The child is now realizing it's her place in the world and her connection to adults, to their surroundings, etc. The child has become much more inquisitive now,
Mm.
has too many questions about everything and loves
Mm.
to ask questions.
Exploring also, yes. Yeah.
So now the pedagogy is more curiosity based, inquiry driven, where a lot of these activities have to be done,
Mm.
experiential stuff, where the child's questions are answered, where
Mm.
the child's curiosity is further nurtured. So
Mm.
that is the idea. You
Mm.
go further to the middle stage when adolescence strikes.
Mm.
That is the time when the child is questioning the world, everything, revolting, you know.
Mm.
मेरे साथ
Typical.
ऐसे क्यों हो रहा है उसके साथ ऐसे
Typical,
क्यों
huh? Huh,
नहीं
very
typical.
typical, yes. Yeah.
And that is the time when NEP says that we need to further consolidate the experiential learning aspect and introduce knowledge of subjects and the multidisciplinary aspects between the subjects,
Mm.
because that will sort of help the child understand that things are interconnected. सिर्फ
Right.
तुम्हारे साथ ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है, things are interconnected, and it
Everywhere.
will help the child establish go through adolescence in a better manner.
Mm.
Secondary stage में आके, when the child has become very mature
More
and,
settled.
and needs to see multiple perspectives, otherwise the child's mind will get conditioned to one perspective. We
Mm.
don't want that. That
Mm.
is the time full on multidisciplinary approach of learning, project based learning. In
Mm.
fact, project based learning is to be introduced in middle, if possible, in preparatory stage itself.
Appreciate.
Yes, because project based learning is, it inherently has multidisciplinary approach. Number
Absolutely.
one.
Mm.
Number two, it is around a driving question which the
Mm.
child may be facing in their personal life or in their
Mm.
educational
Mm.
life.
Mm.
They will love to, work on something which is contextual to them.
Absolutely. If it's relatable, they'll enjoy and they'll have more
Yes.
passion towards it.
Yes.
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 So
Yeah.
that's one thing that parents would need to understand because 10 plus 2 was a very different approach, and this is absolutely on the brain mapping. I think
Yes.
the
It is.
brain and the personality mapping,
Yes.
generic idea of children growing up and how they should be dealt at different stages.
Yes. In fact,
Uh,
it will be helpful for the parents also to understand
Nurture them. Yeah,
stages. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, because adolescence is one age that parents give up.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
ma'am, another question that is like, I'm sure you're still, since you have come to this platform, I'm sure you're still passionate about the implementation of NEP 2020 as such a beautifully drafted document. But it really needs to trickle down and change the mindset of urban educators as well as rural. Rural
Yes.
has their own problems, and still, with the way we have been taught in school, we try to teach the same way. But there has to be unlearning happening. So, what challenges do you see in implementation in urban as well as rural areas?
Okay, so there are some common challenges and there are some unique challenges.
Mm.
The common challenges are, of course, the mindset.
Mm.
Uh, uh, this is no longer the same. In fact, the policies of 1968 and 1986 and the subsequent national curriculum frameworks
Mm.
were very, very different from the present one.
True.
To be able to understand the difference and to understand that we cannot continue to teach and learn in the ways that we have done so far if we want the child to be able to adjust and handle themselves in the present century on the present day
Mm.
is a very huge paradigm shift.
Mm.
So mindset जो है वो change होना थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, and I'm talking about mindset of educational administrators,
Mm.
teachers, school leaders, parents, even students to some
Mm.
extent,
Mm.
एंड द कम्युनिटी एंड सोसाइटी एट लार्ज. आपको मैं एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ. एक अभी किताब आई है सिक्स स्टैंडर्ड की सोशल साइंस की, द
Mm.
न्यू बुक विच एनसीईआरटी हैज कम आउट विद बेस्ड ऑन एनसीएफ.
Mm.
दैट बुक इज वेरी ब्रिलियंट एक्चुअली. इट्स अ मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी पर्सपेक्टिव से वो किताब लिखी गई है.
Mm.
And if you look at it from a child's perspective, that book
Mm.
satisfies a lot of curiosity of the child. The
Wow.
child's mind goes from one topic to the other. If you're
Mm.
talking about map, you mention
Mm.
thematic map, तो child के दिमाग में आएगा अच्छा thematic map होता है तो बाकी किस तरह के map होते हैं.
हाँ.
That is taken care of.
हाँ.
So things like that, it is a very well drafted book. But I was recently reading somewhere some teachers discussing and saying अरे इसमें ये तो नहीं आया, पिछले किताब में ये था उसमें ये नहीं. One
Exactly.
needs to understand कि हम पुराने तरीके से नहीं पढ़ा सकते.
नहीं पढ़ाएंगे.
Mindset is common between urban and rural. Challenge in rural area is more of I feel connectivity,
Mm.
because abhi one of the major tools that we need to use is IT based tools for
Mm.
teaching and learning. Jisse
Mm.
perspective, see, the urban child has knowledge in their pockets, but
Yes,
the
yeah.
rural child may not have it.
Mm.
And that difference of have and have nots should not be there. So I feel that is a major challenge in the rural areas.
Mm.
In the urban areas, the challenge is of parents insisting on tutoring and coaching.
Absolutely.
I feel the understanding that the child has the potential to learn, the school has the potential to facilitate the learning of your child. That understanding is completely lacking here. Parents do not trust the school, they do not trust their
Yes,
own child, and they
absolutely.
force the child
Mm.
to undergo tutoring and coaching, which I
Yeah,
feel is,
that's the next
yes,
question coming up, ma'am, because yes, this is something that needs to be addressed, and it's a very pertinent, issue that has come up, that there is a major influence of coaching centers in higher school education when the child is actually, trying to learn a lot of things like multidisciplinary you just mentioned. There is so much he can be or she can be exposed to at that time and find their own path, but they're coaxed into these coaching centers.
yes.
And so we need to, ma'am, what's your take on this? I mean, how do you convince parents? Schools principals do have this question, they don't want it, but but then they do, have posters of children passing IIT and NEET
Yes.
examination, which is good also. I mean, it's an encouraging thing, but it drives a major portion of simple students who have not really sorted their brains as yet, but then we drive them to a particular field. So how can this be dealt, ma'am?
So, this understanding that the moment the child is 12 or 13 or even say 14, putting them in a coaching center is going to make their future. I personally feel that we need to understand neuroscience here. The growth spurt of a child's, see, the brain grows by forming synapses between neurons, the
Mm,
nerve cells as they are called,
mm,
neurons.
mm,
Between 0 to 7 years, a child is capable of forming 1 million synapses a second,
mm.
provided
Wow.
they get positive stimulations and interactions,
Wow.
not negative stimulations, interactions, not stress. So,
Mm,
0 to 7 years is one growth spurt. The
mm.
next one comes in adolescence when the child is put in the coaching center. Now
Exactly.
the child is undergoing stress, and the child is, the cognitive growth is, there's a lot of pressure on it.
Addressed.
And that spurt the child may or may not catch.
Hmm.
and it may affect the entire personality of the child. The whole socio-emotional aspect of the child may get impacted.
Hmm.
So putting that child under so much pressure before the age of 18 or 19 is is not proper medically, neuroscientifically, cognitively, physically. It is not proper. So
Hmm.
parents need to perhaps understand this, and maybe even the child. What happens is that they are in those surroundings where all their friends are going to
Peer pressure.
या
Yes,
pressure
yes.
बहुत होता है.
Hmm.
So as long as our system continues to be what it is today, this will continue. So that is
Yeah.
why slowly we need to, take a crack at it and keep changing the system in an incremental fashion,
True.
implementing the NCF and NEP, and hopefully we will get there
So
soon.
it's going to sooner or later percolate into the
Yes.
parents also. I think, ma'am, if we, I don't know how feasible it is or practical is it is, but if there can be counseling sessions in schools help for parents for making them understand NEP, NCF, and what kind of. So probably we'll take a break from this, and children will kind of
So what
explore.
I feel is, parental aspiration को भी हमको समझना पड़ेगा.
Hmm.
So they have aspirations for their children.
Hmm.
We will tell them कि आप NEP NCF देखिए, and cognitively there is a load on your child. They will say, what happens to the future of my child?
Future of my child. Hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to say. As long as the system of generating the employment through this kind of system
Hmm.
continues, there will be parents and there will be children who will want to participate in it, in the best possible fashion, and that is through coaching centers.
Hmm.
Now, the national education policy clearly lays down that eventually there should be only a singular test for all
All
institutions.
true.
And once that is there, and it will be a form like an aptitude test, and
Hmm.
which may not require so much coaching. And on the basis of that, on the basis of your aptitude or your skills, you will be able to take admission where you fit
Take
the
your
best.
call. Yeah.
So India will get there. It's a slow process. See, education is a slow process. Nothing changes overnight.
Yeah.
We have to do it very incrementally, because otherwise the system goes into a state of shock, and
That was, yeah.
yes, and it may not perform at
So,
its best.
yeah.
So we
Yeah.
have to keep tweaking little bit, and incrementally keep doing it. And we have started the process. I'm sure we will get there.
Yes. Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, could like you said, technology could help, like coaching centers and
Yes, yes. So what I
yeah.
have always felt is, so what happens in a typical coaching center? I'm not saying all centers, but in a very typical one is, uh, you go there at a particular time. You start solving questions. There is somebody who's unilaterally writing things on the board, and you're solving. You are not doing well. They will get after you. There's
Yeah.
a lot of pressure, etc. What I feel is that technology has come of age, specifically AI, and now technology is capable of engaging with you at the level of your emotions, at the level of your requirements,
Environment.
at the level of engaging you.
Mm.
So, therefore, coaching, if it is done through technology, let
Mm.
us say if there is a bot which is made specifically for you, it is possible to do it these days. The
Mm.
bot engages with you, tells you, look, you've been sitting for half an hour, go out and play for 5 minutes, or go take a
Right.
walk,
Right.
drink some water or something.
Right.
It becomes more engaging. Of
Yeah.
course, it is possible that some children may become addicted to this, but then there are ways of getting out of it. There are
Yeah.
pluses and minuses, but what I feel is at least the child is in the safety of their homes.
Mm.
Child is engaged with technology, something joyful is happening, there is no stress, you're working at your own pace.
Mm.
It might be a e-coaching, or a digital teacher coaching,
Maybe
may
more personalized also.
more personalized, more adaptable,
Mm.
maybe more joyful and more engaging.
That can be a big thing. I mean, that can be a big change,
Yes,
because
yes,
in coaching centers also 100% of the students don't pass. So I mean,
yes,
because it's not at their level. A lot of people like me, I'm talking about myself because I used to be one of those shy and introverted. I would not ask questions to my teachers ever because I thought everyone is understood, and I'm not understood. Although, I mean, none of them would have understood that, but no one had the courage to ask a question. So I
yeah,
think a personalized e-tutor is what we can,
yes.
promote in at least. urban areas. Later,
Yes.
maybe. So I think that's one brilliant take, ma'am. Ma'am, one another question that is my, a lot of family when we have discussions on not buying things from our neighboring countries and make in India को हम promote करना चाह रहे हैं. I mean, as a proud Indian. So, but there are some lessons that we would really want to learn, or from our neighboring countries about the innovative products that really come up suddenly. So, as a policy maker, मैं आपको एज ए एजुकेशनिस्ट नहीं पूछ रही हूँ, एज ए पॉलिसी मेकर, आई मीन what are the challenges that we face? It's not that we are not innovative enough. The products can range from as simple as a magnifying glass, nail clipper, to a detachable LED, solar LEDs. I mean, so many things. And I'm sure we have enough jugaads in India itself. We see such videos coming up from rural areas that children are making this and that. And but
Yeah.
commercially viable, उसका जो system है और उसको marketing. Suddenly we see market flooded with those things, and we're buying them because they're
Yeah.
cheaper. One thing is that's a different point of view. But मैम कहाँ पे लैगिंग है, मतलब वेयर?
Yeah, so though the fact is that in the global innovation index, हम लोग now we have come in the top 50.
Of course,
India is
yes,
doing very well there.
yes,
Uh, it has happened only in the last 8 9 years.
absolutely.
But the fact is that our education system is not able to throw up job givers. We are throwing up job seekers all the time.
Because,
Now, job giver is a person who's ready to take risks,
hmm,
who is highly, highly creative, who's all the time questioning things and wanting to know why this, why not this, why
hmm,
can't I do this?
hmm,
And he's also a person who's capable of critical thinking and problem solving. Now, my education system at present is
hmm,
not able to throw up such things because these things are not integrated in my education.
hmm.
I do not encourage curiosity. If questions are asked, too many questions are asked in the class, the child is told to sit down because we have to finish the
Disturbing
syllabus.
syllabus, yeah.
We have to finish this chapter. We have to finish this topic. Now, what the NCF and the NEP are saying, do not give centricity to textbooks anymore.
Hmm,
Give centricity to learning standards.
hmm.
Let the child acquire those skills that we are talking about.
Yes.
And the learning standards and the 21st century skills are now laid down in the NCF.
Hmm.
What textbook you use for it, or what audio or video
These
you use
those.
for it, or what games you play, or what role play you do, it does not matter
Hmm,
as long as that learning standard is. So now that we have introduced this for the first time,
hmm.
again, like I said, incremental changes happen.
Yeah,
It may
so
take 4 to 5 years for it to settle down in our education system, but it's on its way.
yeah.
In CBSE, already in many schools, it's been introduced. In government schools, if you will look at Uttar Pradesh, for example, they're doing fantastic work in this area,
Okay.
particularly at the primary level, introduction of these kind of skills,
Hmm,
nurturing creativity and curiosity,
hmm,
nurturing critical thinking. So they're doing amazing work. Similarly, in states like Haryana, they are doing very, very good work in
hmm,
this. So Assam is doing very good work. So some of the states, they are now focusing on it.
hmm,
So we will learn from each other. That is what
hmm,
I
hmm,
feel, and it's a
hmm.
process. All of us have to go through the process.
All of it. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, if they are, I think, nurtured from the very beginning about all these skills and, innovation, eventually one of them or maybe a group of them will become entrepreneurs and start innovating
Yes,
and,
yes.
uh,
Actually, entrepreneurship, design thinking, Gen AI, these are things we don't teach in schools, whereas we need to teach them. So, in fact, when I was in CBSE, I think in 2018 or 2019, we were the first board in the country and in the world to introduce artificial intelligence as a skill subject from grade 8. And when we did that, um, it was amazing the response that we got. Sorry, did I freeze up or did you freeze up?
yeah, I think there was some internet.
It, yeah.
I think, yeah. So I think there was some. I think it started now, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So,
So,
yeah.
huh.
like I was telling you that in 2019, when I was CBSE chairperson, I had introduced the first skill course on artificial intelligence from grade 8 onwards in the
Wow.
CBSE board, and
Hmm.
we became the first board in the world to do it,
Oh,
and the first country in the world to introduce it in a
AI properly,
yes,
curriculum format.
in the
Wow.
curriculum. And China followed us, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that 2019 से हम ये कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अब ना
Hmm.
अब जाकर के लाखों बच्चे उस कोर्स को लेते हैं. They're doing in CBSE now. It's become a very popular course.
Hmm.
But thing is, we need to. This is what we need to do: critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, risk taking. अभी से introduce करना पड़ेगा. That is when after 8 to 10 years, these children will start
They,
doing what we want.
that's the time they start understanding this because they सीखा ही नहीं और रटने लगे तो it's not going to be of any use. They we used to learn.
Yes,
It's not going to help.
it's not going to help. Absolutely.
Ma'am,
Absolutely.
it's not going to. Ma'am, again, I think the internet connection is showing a little instability. That's okay. We'll carry on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Voice is clear.
Voice is clear, right? Okay. So, ma'am, another, yes, so we need to accomplish this mission of, NEP 2020. And, ma'am, you have mentioned in some of the interviews that you want to achieve universal functional literacy and numeracy by 2025. So, what advice would you give to school heads and teachers and students? So, there are three ABC parts.
Yeah, okay. The NEP is very clear that if we do not achieve foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3
Hmm.
for all children, the rest of the policy
Hmm.
will not be relevant. They have mentioned this clearly in the national education policy. That is
Hmm.
the kind of focus, and that is the kind of stress that NEP gives on this, and we all do. The
Hmm.
reason being, if the child is not able to learn to read, the child will never be able to read to learn.
Yes.
Numeracy and literacy, these are two
Hmm.
things. If the child doesn't pick up at an early stage, the child will not be able to read history or geography or science or mathematics and understand it.
Any other, yeah.
So reading with comprehension is so, so important.
Hmm.
What I would suggest to the school leaders, the principals,
Hmm.
we have done a survey
Hmm.
which is called the ORS, the Oral Reading Fluency Survey
Hmm.
of India. It is available on the NCRT website for 20 languages. That in at the end of grade 2, at
Hmm.
what speed should the child be able to read per minute with comprehension to
Okay.
know whether the child is foundationally has acquired the skills of literacy?
Let me see. Hmm.
For example, I do not remember exactly. I'm giving you some a very vague example. The numbers may not be correct. For example, in Hindi, if the child is able to read 55 words per minute with
Hmm.
comprehension, the child is
Oh,
Hindi literate in
literate.
grade 3.
Hmm.
Now these are tools which are available on NCRT website. The principals must acquire knowledge of these tools and then introduce it in their school as a measure, as a standard, as a benchmark to know whether the child has acquired the skill.
Oh.
In the same
Hmm.
survey, we have also given benchmarks for numeracy.
Hmm.
What should be the numeracy benchmark so that we know in grade 3 that the child is skilled in numeracy,
Hmm.
foundational numeracy?
Hmm.
So these tools are available.
Hmm.
For the teachers, it is very important that through play-based pedagogy, it has to be only play-based,
Hmm.
and that is what I have tried to even show in the book that we have written recently.
Hmm.
Unless there is play-based pedagogy, the child's wandering mind is not going to catch anything.
Yeah.
So, play based, curiosity nurturing pedagogy, the
Hmm.
teachers have to adopt. If they are not adept at it, it's important that they take capacity building sessions, they go for training, they
Training.
understand it, and also the teachers have to connect with the child emotionally. At
That's
this
true.
stage, if they are not connecting with the child emotionally, the child doesn't have a pleasant experience of learning. To give that pleasant experience in school and off school and off learning, it is important that the school ecosystem, the school environment, and the teacher connects emotionally to the child. So this is what I would say to for the teacher.
Absolutely.
And for the student, of course, at that stage they are very small, I can't say much, but for the parents of such
Yes.
students,
Mm.
see, I've mentioned it in my book that the child spends less than 14% of her time in school,
Mm.
in the foundational stage.
Mm.
So the child is spending 86% time with the parents, with the
Parents.
relatives, and the community.
Mm.
The responsibility of the parents to ensure that the child acquires these skills is much more higher than that of the school. The school does it in a systematic fashion
Mm.
because they have some experts, but the
Mm.
parents have to continue giving positive stimulation, positive interactions in the home, positive new experiences, positive
Parents.
new exposures, so that
Mm.
the child synapses reaches 1 million per second.
Mm. Absolutely, ma'am.
So this is what I would like to say.
This is amazing. Yeah, the parental advice is definitely, you have to surround yourself, the child, with such things that they become more inquisitive and curious and they
Yes.
ask questions. And I mean, yes, I mean, this way, I think if the world works, I mean, India works, it's going to be achieving really, really brilliant. Uh, Students are going to come. We're going to nurture a brilliant generation.
Yes.
Ma'am, about a different aspect of your personality now. During your tenure as, when you were mapping, drafting NEP 2020, it was the most, we were reeling with COVID effects and everything. So how did you manage your time and what leadership tips like you would like to give? The world was in a chaos and then still you could manage to connect with so many people, listen to their suggestions, discussions. How would you manage this? मतलब क्या था वो एकदम डिसिप्लिन या क्या था वो ड्राइविंग फोर्स?
Actually, that was a very tough period for all of us,
Yes.
and particularly for the school education sector and for our children.
Oh,
Um, so we in the government, of course, while everybody was inside closed rooms and closed houses, we were in offices. Um, it was tough for us emotionally because we lost some of our
very
some of our
close.
people very close to us, people working with me. Aaj usko dekha, kal nahi. uh, Many of my colleagues we lost, and it was a very, very difficult time. Many of my
Emotionally
emotionally
disturbing.
also, many of my colleagues were hospitalized for very long. बहुत tough था. My own minister was hospitalized. He also had a very tough time. So anyway, yeah, during that, what we realized is what we are going through, everybody is going through. So even though we didn't have the full batch of people coming in, so for example, if there are 100 people in my office, uh, या तो घर पे कोई बीमार है या खुद बीमार है, तो not more than 40 to 50 of us used to be there,
Attendance, yeah.
but we showed up every day.
You did, ma'am. You did,
Yes,
Baba.
and matlab from early morning till late night, we were there all 7 days a week, no holidays, and connecting with the state governments, connecting with the SCRTs, with all our educational stakeholders, talking to CSOs all the time, because I was very clear that government does not have all the solutions all the times.
True.
Solutions lie in different pockets in different places. So it could be government, it could be parents, it could be civil society organizations, it could be
So many
retired educational experts, higher education institutions. So we were constantly in touch with
in
all
touch
of
with.
them. Yeah, and as you may be knowing, during that period, because state governments used to say iska kya kare, then if I advise them orally, they'll say ma'am nahi samajh aaya, then we'll say okay hum guidelines karte hain. Everything constantly preparing guidelines, sending it to the state government so that they don't have to worry about this. And so it was a process we went through. And uh, I used to feel very bad that I become secretary government of India and COVID comes in. And I had so many dreams of doing ye karenge wo karenge, but Uh,
Ma'am, but you have made I mean it was an I think an awesome thing with such minimal resources, and you've achieved something brilliant. मतलब ये तो when we read about it, I mean everything is drafted so properly, such detailing, so much effort must have gone into it, and extra effort because it was COVID. Otherwise
yes,
also there was so much effort, but
lot of
कोविड
efforts.
की वजह से
Yes,
मतलब
and we became very savvy with technology. We started seeing each other virtually. And मैंने ये सिस्टम बनाया था कि स्टेट से महीने में एक बार या दो बार तो मिलना ही है,
मीटिंग हाँ
and at various levels in the state, 3 to 4 levels. तो वो हम मिलते ही थे. That's why we were constantly getting a lot of feedback. क्या हो रहा है,
फीडबैक
क्या नहीं हो रहा है,
हाँ हाँ
what are the good practices. Somewhere in the middle of COVID we decided कि इतने अच्छे practices हैं, let us document them. So we made this huge documentation, sent to the states. They were so encouraged कि हमारा
वाओ
आपने ये ले लिया, हमारा ये
Oh, so nice. Such a
yeah.
brilliant thing to
Yes.
do.
So yeah, so a lot of work was done during that time. I know, but yeah, if there had not been COVID, I think much more work would have happened.
मैम आई थिंक ये जो आपने सेल थ्रू किया है इसके एंड देन आल्सो विद सो मच मैंने सच ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स हैव कम अप आई थिंक दिस वाज अनबीटेबल नथिंग नेवर बिफोर डन आई थिंक कोविड made you so resilient and
Yes,
had it not been you and your team ये इतना जल्दी हो भी नहीं पाता शायद it could
I
have
had
taken
a
more time.
I had a fantastic team. It like a dream team, and you realize that your team is good only when there is a challenging time and they rise up to the occasion, and that's exactly what happened. They may not have been at their best when the times were not so challenging, but when the challenging time came, they were at the
Hmm.
peak of their performance. I had a fantastic team. Yeah.
Wow. That sounds like a real leader, ma'am, giving credit. And then, I mean, obviously you had the resilience and passion and the drive to drive them all, motivate them all. There must be so many problems faced by them. पर
Yeah.
वो इसमें से निकालना भी तो एक टास्क था. It must have been a
Uh,
humongous task.
it was.
Emotionally, physically, everything.
Yeah.
So ma'am, about your books, and I mean, surprisingly, when we read the book, The Power of Curiosity, of which I've become a big fan, and I keep reading the chapters, just randomly open up, and again, I find something new every time I read it. It's co-authored by Mr. Rajneesh Kumar and Miss Rashi Sharma, who have and you have co-authored another book with them
Yes.
recently. So about Power of Curiosity, ma'am, did this book come? How did this book come? मतलब during such a tension time, और इतना stress के बाद, how did you manage to write such a creative thing and such beautifully? I mean, it's like I've written about it like it's an NEP in a story form. Every educator, in fact, a parent should read it. कितना
Yeah.
कितना फ्लूइड हम एजुकेशन को बना सकते हैं stringing so many things, and there's a butterfly teacher and there's an alphabet teacher and there's this little QB. I loved reading it, ma'am. So how did this book idea came up?
Okay.
And
So, frankly, the idea was not mine. Having gone through the whole COVID challenge with my entire team, had become pretty close to to all my subordinates and who were working with me. मतलब, we used to have our pizza parties and stuff. मतलब, I had started not behaving like a secretary with them, more like a friend.
family types.
यस, वैसा कुछ हो गया था. एंड रजनीश मुझसे काफ़ी जूनियर था. वो ही वॉकड इन वन डे एंड ही सेड, मैम, आई नो दैट यू लव राइटिंग एंड लेट्स राइट अ बुक ऑन एजुकेशन. सो मैंने उसको बोला कि तुम मतलब अपने सेक्रेटरी से बोल रहे हो कि यू वांट टू को ऑथर अ बुक विथ हर. हाँ. सो ही सेड, हाँ मैम, सेक्रेटरी से बोल रहे हैं, मुझे पता है आपको अच्छा लगेगा. Then I said, then I will want Rashi also on board. And then we took Rashi on board. And then we started discussing while I was still secretary, but I wrote most of it after I retired.
Good
Uh,
idea.
During the discussions, we realized we don't want to do non-fiction. We want to do a fiction
Hmm.
to get across to more
Hmm.
people. And
More
then
people,
what we
yeah.
did was we started writing on Google Drive. So
Acha.
each one of us had a color. I had
Hmm.
green, Rajneesh had blue, Rashi had red.
Hmm.
And we would write the chapters simultaneously,
Hmm.
and then keep correcting each other, and then do one
Yes.
final editing. And then when it turns black, means the chapter is completed.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
Awesome. So
that's the
how much
way.
time did it take, ma'am?
It took quite some time from
Yes, okay.
conception to writing, because we were trying to bring in a lot of ideas into it, uh,
Hmm.
which which are contextualized and which people can easily implement. तो
हाँ
ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग ही हमारी दिनों दिनों तक चलती थी. So this
हाँ
took us,
then taking it
yeah,
into
took us about 1.5 years. Yeah.
but a brilliant thing has come up, ma'am. Absolutely amazing. मतलब पढ़ के ऐसा लगता है कि एनईपी पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. Of course, you need to the but for
Yeah.
parents, I think it's very relatable. How the children should be, and of course teachers, because project is given and everything revolves around it. It's
Yes.
awesome. So about the book, Himalaya Ek Soch, that is
Yes.
co-authored by your husband, yeah. So what is that about, ma'am?
So that
So
is
was it
actually the
during your
No, no. This was written in
yeah, sorry.
2010. My husband Atul Karwal
Huh.
is the first bureaucrat of India to have scaled the Mount Everest in 2008.
Oh
And
wow.
then he used to maintain a journal when he was climbing. And
Hmm.
on the basis of that journal, he's not much of a writer, but he's a very good editor.
Hmm.
So, on the basis of that, then I wrote this book. That book in 2010 was called Think Everest, and
Huh.
it was published by Viva, and then subsequently the Hindi publishers said they would like to do
Hindi,
it.
acha. So it was written in English and then okay. So
Yes,
because
yes.
when we Google वो एवरेस्ट एक सोच पहले आता है हिंदी
Because वो
वालों के
अभी
लिए.
रिलीज हुई है,
अच्छा अच्छा.
just 7-8 months back, I think.
Okay, okay, okay. So that
Yeah,
comes up and then so it was written in English and then translated.
translated.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
And
that's right.
about the latest book, No Silos, ma'am.
Yeah, so No
This
Silos, Learning the NEP Way is the latest book by me and my two co-authors, the same Rajneesh and
same
Rashmi.
team, yeah.
We realized that we make a very good team in doing research and brainstorming. And uh, when I was posted in Delhi, and after I retired, I still continued to be in Delhi for 6 months. तो हम लोग बहुत वो कॉफी हाउस जाना, एंड वो सोडा बाटली वाला इन दिल्ली खान मार्केट, और वहां जाके चाय पीना, मस्का बन खाना और ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करना, उससे बहुत.
Brainstorming करना.
तो उस वक्त ये किताब का आइडिया आया था, सो वी डिसाइडेड टू राइट दिस बुक. सो द
Put
सेम
it,
प्रोसेस वी फॉलोड, सेम गूगल ड्राइव, and we
uh,
we have become experts at it. Now we can take classes on how people can co-author books on Google Drive.
I've won another book on this.
Yes. And now we are in the process of writing QB in secondary stage. The
Oh, lovely, lovely,
yes. So
lovely. This
that
is
should
going to
come
be
out by next
awesome.
year, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, was this the power of curiosity? You have been एक एक विलेज का भी आपने हेड किया है ना वहाँ पे एजुकेशन. यहाँ पे जो आपने एक यूटोपियन बहुत सुंदर सी विलेज बताई है जिसमें स्कूल है which is a I would have loved to study in the school like this. So did the idea of village thing come up from that where your tenure was as
Yeah, so actually, I used to be the state program director of Mahila Samakhya Society, one CSO. Uh,
अच्छा.
so, in a so-called punishment posting of the government, I was put in the
Oh,
CSO,
अच्छा. Uh-huh.
which was an effort of the government of India, and Netherlands government was funding it. And
अच्छा.
that is the time I learned the most about education. In fact, when you introduced me, you said 36 years of education. I have done in my career. I have spent about 16 years in education, rest in many other places, but always education is something I've been, associated with. This
Associated.
was one of those where it was about women and girl child education. And this was the first time I was exposed to the grassroots level challenges, because I used to go
Mhm.
from village to village, sit with women, sit with girls, find out their challenges, see what intervention I can make as an NGO. I was a NGO, a CSO,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I just loved the job, though it was
Wow.
considered a sidelined one. And I was there
Mhm.
for almost 2 years, and I learned so much. And I think from there I saw what happens in a village, in a school, and
So
resistance
you've
to women.
drawn a lot of,
Yes,
yeah. I can
yes,
see the strings drawn from there,
yes, yes,
beautifully done. And when I was seeing your profile, I said maybe that's the point where she actually, got in
yes,
ki village ka scene ek aaya hai, Such a
yes.
beautiful book. So, ma'am, okay, so we go to the rapid fire round, which is uh, this is
That's
the
scary.
last question in the Becca Quest. I would have loved to go on and on with so much inspiring things to learn from you. But we would love to learn more about you, ma'am. So, 10 questions around and
My God.
rapid
Okay.
fire. Okay. So,
Okay.
what was your most satisfying moment?
I think the birth of my children, both my daughters.
So nice, so nice,
Yeah.
beautiful. How cute is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all settled now,
They are settled.
both of them?
Yes, one is an astrophysicist in University of Chicago, and the other one is a filmmaker, and she's the content strategist for Amazon Prime Studio channel in Los Angeles,
Wow,
in the headquarters. Yeah, she's there.
lovely, lovely. Okay, ma'am, your favorite book?
Of all times is all the 25 odd books written by Bill Bryson. I just love the author, Bill Bryson,
Wow,
and
wow.
all his books are my favorite. I can't put my finger on any one of them.
Well, okay, okay. Favorite movie?
मूवी भी बहुत सारी मूवीज हैं, बट आई थिंक there is nothing really favorite, but I love Hindi films,
Hmm.
particularly the older ones. For example, Love in Shimla with Sadhna and Joy Mukherjee, and
अच्छा, that old, yeah.
that
अच्छा,
बिल्कुल पुरानी वाली जो,
de-stresses
I
you,
don't
yeah.
mind, yeah, seeing them again and again. So yeah,
Wow. Okay. How do you de-stress yourself besides watching movies, maybe?
I am a serial killer. I watch TV serials, and
You get time to do that.
so, because my daughter, being a content strategist, she'll say,
Oh,
We have just done this TV serial, Dahad, Mama, just watch it and tell me how it is. And because she's the one who's behind it, so I'll,
obviously,
sort of,
that's one.
then I watch all the 8
Binge
episodes in
watching.
one go and send her my comments.
That is so
Yeah.
cute. Okay. So, ma'am, how do your colleagues describe you?
I think they describe me as somebody who is very calm and what shall I say, a very stable person, but very ziddi.
चाहिए तो चाहिए काम. I read in the book एक दिन पहले चाहिए काम आज दिया है and you want it one day before.
Yes, I
So,
always used to say I want it yesterday.
and ma'am, do you practice yoga yourself? Because I saw in one of
Yes,
the videos
I
that you
do. I
had this.
have learned yoga bachpan se, and I've learned it from some of the best people in the country. And I have been practicing yoga and meditation since I was a small child. And I am a severe asthmatic, and I've held on because of these two things: pranayam, meditation, yoga. Yeah, it's really helped me.
So I have really okay.
Yes.
So and ma'am, whom do you consider I mean, you inspire us. I mean, I think of you as my guru now. And whom do you consider your guru?
So, two people. One is my mother. Um, so my mother was just a graduate. She completed her graduation along with my sister. When my sister was doing graduation, my mother joined college with her.
Wow.
So she got married just after her 11th standard and could not do it. She had this thing, she's no more, but for learning, I mean, garnering more knowledge, she would go to any lengths. And she's the one who introduced me to the joys of the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads and things like that, helped me become a very stable, calm person. So I think she is my first and main guru. Uh, I follow a lot of Swami Vivekanand ji, so I would consider him to all my guru. But my mother definitely is my main guru.
Main Guru. Wonderful talking to you, ma'am. इतना सुंदर interview. मतलब I have learned so much. And of course, we are going to be reading the book No Silos and learn more about NEP. And you say it's a more non-fiction kind of a
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
And so I think all educators should be reading it, you know.
Yes, so
Um,
you will get the clarity of what paradigm shifts are there, how to deal with those shifts. Small toolkits have been given, and small steps to be
oh,
taken. That also has been laid down properly. Yeah.
oh, so it should be there in the school library for access for educators, actually. Yeah.
Yes, it'll be good for
So,
practitioners. Yeah.
so I think we have, I've already ordered it. It should be here by Amazon in some time. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. It was
Thank
amazing
you.
talking to